YouTubers, got another video review for you today. This one's from a company called Gofort. A couple months ago, I got this portable power supply and I've been playing around with it. I bought it with my own money from Amazon and I just wanted to do a review on it. And so anyways, so fast forward, last week it was Christmas Eve and I had two busted water pipes. And so the water come down in the bathroom and it flooded over to the living room. And so I was able to get the water turned off before it caused any damage. And there was a little bit of water in between the two walls. And there were some electrical outlets right there. So I shut off the electrical so there wouldn't be any kind of house fire or anything like that. My power was turned off in there where I watch TV. And, I wanted to run some fans in my bathroom where I could help dry up some of the water and not create mold. And so I was able to take this portable power station here and I was able to hook it up, and I ran fans off this thing, and then several times I ran it for several days to power my TV. And I kept my TV antenna plugged into it and my TV, and this thing run perfectly. And the TV that I was watching is like a 40-inch TV, and this thing powered it for a pretty good amount of time. It powered it for most of the day. And so anyways, I know that I watched a couple of Netflix movies and a couple hours after that, and it still powered the TV and the antenna and everything. So anyways, I have actually used this product and it seems to be of great quality. And so I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it, show you some of the features. And first things first, I had never heard of Gofort before. It was a new company, and so I thought, well, let's give it a shot. I seen that they had quite a few products on Amazon, and so I decided to try it out. So whenever you pull this thing out of the box, you'll notice that it's really high quality. The fitment on everything is really nice. The grab handle here is really sturdy. It's got like a soft plastic or silicone type material on the bottom for you to hold on to. And here on top, once you turn the power on, there is a fast charger here on top. And you can see right there, it's fast charging my girlfriend's phone. And anyways, the fast charging feature really does work good. The phone that I'm videoing this video on right now is the new Samsung S22 Ultra, and I have it in a case, and I can put it up here and it charges no problem even through that thick case. On the front you have a spotlight, and you can see it's more of like a wider light. You hit it again, it's a flashing light. Hit it again, it's SOS. Hit it again and it turns it off. Here on the back you have a floodlight, and the way that you turn it on is there's a button here in the front. You hit it one time and it produces like a soft white light. Hit it again, there's a flashing light, and then the third time it's SOS. Hit it one more time and it turns off. And then here on the front there's a bunch of different ports for you to be able to charge your devices and also to be able to charge the unit. So if you look over here on this side, you have like a cigarette lighter port where you could plug any of those 12-volt devices in there and charge them up. Then you have these ports here. They're your DC type ports. And then down here on the bottom, you've got two USB 3.0 fast charging ports. And then you have two of the USB-C 60-watt fast charging ports. So if you've got a phone or a computer that takes that fast charging ports, those right there are 60 watts a piece. And then right over here, this is your input ports for you to be able to hook this into a charging device. Let's say you could use the charger that it comes with, and you plug this into the household power 110. And then this in here, it goes into the DC port here on the front, and that's how you charge it. And it does take, I think around 5, 6, 7 hours to charge it up, depending on what state the battery is in. And then also you can charge it with solar panels if you would like. You plug this in and then plug this into your solar panels, and you can charge it up that way. Gofort does offer a solar panel for this. It does not come with this kit, but they do sell a solar panel that you can use. And then also, if you want to take this unit camping or something with you, they offer a cigarette lighter type plug where you can plug it into your cigarette lighter in your vehicle and plug it into that port right there, and it'll charge it up as well. So it's pretty neat to be able to charge it several different ways. And then right here on the side, I failed to mention that there is two 110 plugs here on the side, and you can see that it has the pure sine wave symbol right in here. So if you've got sensitive electronics, TVs, cell phones, computers, things like that, you can plug them in here and it's not going to frown over the course of time. You know, let's say if it was like a modified sine wave, it's not very good for your electronics, but the pure sine wave is what you are looking for. And so anyways, the unit weighs, you know, not much at all, probably a little over 10 pounds, I would say. It's not heavy, but you know, it does pack a pretty good punch. It is rated for 1,000 watts. So, you know, depending on what you want to run, as long as it's under 1,000 watts, you should be fine. You shouldn't have any problems. Now, depending on how many watts it is, will depend on how long it will run. So obviously, you know, you're not going to be able to run a 1,500 watt heater on there. But, you know, you can plug in like a normal space heater and run it on low on 500 watts and it will run it fine. Now, is it going to run it a long time? No, because it's using 500 plus watts of power. But, you know, let's say you want to plug in a TV that doesn't draw very much power. It'll run a TV for a pretty good while. As far as fans and things like that, it'll run a fan for a really long time. And I'm not going to get into how long it'll run this or that, because each device uses different amounts of watts. And, you know, you'll have to buy you like a watt meter off of Amazon and test whatever your appliance you're looking at running with this device to see if it'll run it. But, you know, like I said, anything that's under 1,000 watts, it shouldn't have any problems running it. You'll be able to run fans. I was able to run my T-Mobile home internet. I was able to run a cell phone booster, a TV, a DVD player, any of the low power consumption things like that. You can run a fridge on it, but again, you know, it's not going to run it for a long time because, you know, you're going to run out of battery capacity. But, you know, like I said, if it's under 1,000 watts, you should be good to go. Now, in their directions, it does state that, you know, it can run a 32-inch TV around 15 and a half hours. It can run a CPAP machine for about 5 different nights. It can charge and recharge GoPros 158 times. Floodlights that are 4 watts. It can run 233 hours. Let's see, drones around 10 charges. A smartphone around 93 charges, and, you know, a mini fridge that's 40 watts. It'll run at around 23 hours. So, you know, you'll have to test, like I said, your device and find out how many watts it uses, and, you know, do the math on it, and you can kind of get an estimate of how long this is going to last. As far as charging this device, it says here in the manual that, you know, if you run it with a 200 watt solar panel, it takes 6 to 9 hours. If your solar panel is smaller than that, you know, you can add more time to it. Like I said, that's with a 200 watt solar panel. Now, if you're plugging this into your car, it can take 10 to 12 hours when the car is running. And then if you're plugging it into a 110 volt household power, it says 6 to 7 hours. And I can confirm that it does take that long to charge the unit, and, you know, from a household power. But, you know, once it's charged, it does have a good amount of power stored into the unit to run your device. All right, so here I have just a standard box fan, and I'm going to go ahead and plug it in and show you guys. Plug it in here on the side. There's actually two different ports you can plug it in, either one will work. And then what you want to do is you go ahead and turn the unit on. And then once you turn it on, you'll want to hit this AC on or off button. And once you turn it on, my fan turns on down here. So I have the unit on low, and it's using 48 to 50 watts of power, and it shows it right there on your display. Now I'm going to kick it up to level 2, and the reason I mashed that button was just to brighten up the display where you could see it. But now it's on level 2 on the fan speed, and it shows that it's using 58, 56 watts. And now I'm going to kick it up to level 3, and you can see it jumped up to 64, 65, 66 watts, down to 64, 66. And so it shows you how much power is being used. And you know, it's really neat, you know, kind of gives you an idea of how long your device is going to last based on how many watts it's using. So one thing that I have noticed whenever I use this device, and you plug in something you want to power here, you will hear a little bit of fan noise, and that is very normal. That's just to keep your components nice and cool on the inside so nothing overheats, but it's hardly even noticeable at all. And truthfully, the only time that I've ever heard it kick on was I plugged a 1500 watt heater in here to see what it would do, and it wouldn't power it on 1500 watts, but I did put the heater on low, and I did run it on low, and it was putting out about, I believe, 566 watts. And when it was using that much watts, the fan did make a little bit of noise, and that was a good sign to make sure that everything stayed nice and cool. But as far as the unit, I gotta say I'm very pleased with it. You know, I think it's just as good as some of the bigger brands out there from Gold Zero and Jackery and some of those others, but it's a lot less money, and you're not paying for the name. Now it is lithium ion, so the batteries should last a long time in it. It does have a 1-year warranty. All right, guys, so now we're outside, and I just wanted to show you the Gofort 100 watt solar panel. Show you how to use it with the power station to charge it. Now this is an 18 volt solar panel, and you know, it comes with this line here coming out of it, and you can see that you can see right in here that there is some USB ports, and then there's some other DC type plugs that plug into this, and it comes with a little packet of adapters, so you can run it or plug it into other different power banks, not just the Gofort brand, but you can plug it into all the other brands like a Gold Zero and Jackery and some of the others. They've got all the adapters that you'll need to make it work with that. Now with the power station, it automatically comes with this adapter, so if you want to use it with these quick connectors for a different type of solar panel other than this one here, you can. So I'm not going to be using that. I'm just going to be using this cord here that comes out the back of the Gofort panel. And I gotta say, this panel's pretty nice. You can see that it's got a little Velcro piece that opens up. And again, this is a 100 watt panel. And I'm sorry we don't have a whole lot of sunlight. It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's fixing to get dark, so I'm gonna try to place this in an area where I'll at least get some good sunlight. And then you're gonna take this end, and I've got an adapter on here, and you're going to want to plug it in right here, and you can see right here it shows that it's drawing 24 watts. And the reason it's only drawing 24 watts, now 25 watts, is because, like I said, the sun's fixing to go down and it's about to get dark here. But it's still able to pull 25 watts from that solar panel, even just in this little bit amount of light. Pause. So I tested this solar panel with the power station the other day, and it wasn't very sunny out, but I was able to pick up like 60-70 watts of output power going into the unit, and seems to do pretty good. But you just got to work with the placement on the solar panel. As with anything solar, you got to make sure you're getting the direct amount of sun. And again, you know, like I said, it's late in the afternoon and I've got this thing just pointing, trying to pick up the sun the best that I can. And I'm still picking up 23 to 25 watts of solar power. And you know, again, the sun's about to go down. And then when you close it, you can see that it turns off, that it's no longer reading that solar power coming in. So I'm going to take and I'm going to open it up just to show you that it does work. Now I'm holding it a different way, and don't mean to be shading it, but I'm kind of am. You seen that it went to 19, 20, 21. Yeah, I'm not getting as much sun as I was. But anyways, it does work, and it does work good. And so, you know, if you're having a power outage, or if you're taking this thing camping, you know, it's plenty enough power to power all of your smaller electronic devices. Now again, it's not going to power a 1500 watt heater, and you know, it's not going to power any of those big devices. You're not going to be able to power a washing machine or a dryer or none of that kind of stuff on here. Just your smaller appliances, and you know, anything under 1,000 watts. So anyways, appreciate you guys watching my video. And again, this is on the Gofort power station. It is the model J1000 plus, and I gotta say the instructions were pretty good too. There was a few misspellings, but nothing major. Everything seemed right on par with all the other instruction manuals that I have seen. Now it is made in China, but I gotta say it's of really good quality, and I was pretty impressed with it. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. You have a good one. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel.